Howdy YouTubers, this is Jim Pressions. A 1/4" Gearwrench Ratchet. I think the reason why I picked this up, it's already scratched up, but I wanted to do a review primarily because it started with my frustrations with the 1/4" ratchet that I've used for years. It's a Pittsburgh ratchet. The mechanism still works fine. It's a 72 tooth ratchet. And you might be able to see already what the issue is. With this being a 72 tooth ratchet, which is fine in most cases, but because of the fat head here, the fat handle I should say, the head is fat as well. That in this particular case, that wasn't my issue. Sometimes I've had issues with this where the head is too fat to fit somewhere. Not very often, but it has happened. And then I usually put an extension on and I can find a way to do it. But this darn handle has gotten in the way a few times for me. And that caused me to say, you know what, I need a better 1/4" ratchet. It just didn't have the capability of taking the nut off because it needed to turn, it needed to move so much before a click. I don't know if you just heard that click. And yeah, it just doesn't maneuver very good because of that fat handle. If you take a look here, the handle on this fat part that hits things when you're trying to ratchet stuff is over an inch, just over an inch wide. And on this Gearwrench, it's about half. It's about half of that. And the handle is, the head as well, is significantly less than the one that I had before. So I started to look around to see what options were out there. I have a couple other Gearwrench ratchets. One of them's a torque wrench that I like a lot. And so I decided to give Gearwrench a try. When I saw this one, I liked that it had the flex head. We'll talk about that in just a moment. If you'll notice on the head of this, it says 120 XP. That is 120 tooth, and you can feel it when you're spinning it, that it's got the 120 teeth. Now you might ask, how can they fit 120 tooth in that tiny head? Gearwrench figured out a way to put a double pawl in there, stacked on top of each other. Each of those pawls are 60 teeth, and they're stacked on top of each other so they get the benefit of the tooth and the strength of two of them stacked on top. It's kind of an ingenious design. That way this baby will lock in on 120 teeth and have a little narrower handle here if you're in a tight spot. They claim that you can actually get progress with 3 degrees if you only have 3 degrees available. Now, I'm removing a nut, and let's say I only have a little bit of space. Click, 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 click. That's 4 clicks. I move it a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just that little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just that little bit. And looking at the difference of this Pittsburgh here, first of all, you may not even have room to move it that far, which was the case for me. Oh, this one needs to go that way. Let's say I'm removing a nut and I want to go down. No, there's 1 click. Now I want to go down. Finally a click. So you see what I mean. This thing just can't remove a nut in a tight place. And I've had the problem before. I went with the cheapie. Of course, these are very inexpensive, and they work. They function for most things. You know, I'm not going to throw it away or anything. Might be something to throw in the car in case I need it on the road or something. So I picked this up not too long ago. I would say I've had this for about 2 months or so. Used it a few times. Already scratched it up a little bit, but that's okay. Tools are supposed to get scratched up, aren't they? It's got a nice chrome finish, polished finish. This is the Gearwrench 81054. What I really like about this baby is that this little button right here, when you push it down, if you heard that click, it allows you to flex this head all the way over that way, all the way over that way. Whatever position you want it in, you can lock it in there by pushing it this way. By pushing it this way, you can lock it in. So unlock it, put it back to normal, lock it, there you go. You need to go the other way, push it back a little bit to give yourself some room. Now you're locked in there. This particular one is made in Taiwan still. Gearwrench, I think it's Apex company, Apex Tool Company, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember for sure, is mainly making things in Taiwan, but they are doing some things in China. This particular one is still made in Taiwan. So anyway, and not that it matters a lot. I know that with a 1/4 inch, you're not putting a lot of torque on it. You're just needing to get those little nuts off in tight places. And this one right here, I think, is an amazing option for a 1/4 inch wrench. No issue. I mean, I have no regrets of buying this one. In fact, I'm actually thinking about getting the 3/8 version of this just because I like the way the flex head operates here. There's a lot of flex heads out there that you can't lock in place. So I looked all over just to kind of see what was out there. There's several options. There's so many brands I've never heard of before, so you never know for sure. I had one that I threw away about a year or two ago, I forget, where the mechanism was slipping. When I was trying to tighten something, it slip, slip, slip. So I don't want to buy another cheapy thing that will happen. So this one was, yeah, around the $30 range, I want to say, 32. I'll put a link in the description for this off Amazon. But the Snap-on equivalent of this, I looked it up. It's $163, the one with the flex head, 1/4 inch with the flex head. So as for, if I was a multimillionaire, I would probably just get the Snap-on. I just can't justify buying that quality of a part, paying for the name, let's face it. Yeah, it's good quality as well. I'm not going to deny, of course. If you're a full-time mechanic and you make your money doing this, I absolutely agree that it's worth the investment of paying for, the really good, high quality, high expensive tools. But a DIYer like myself, I work on my cars regularly. I'm always working on something in the garage. And I grab tools a lot, but it's not my living. So a little difference for me. I am happy with the 30 some dollar tool that is of good quality. And, the guy next to me might say, no, not good enough. I need the Snap-on. Yeah, that's great. I'm not knocking that at all, especially if you got the money. So I just wanted to do a quick review on this Gearwrench 81054 120 tooth, because I just really thought that design, the way they stacked those pawls in there to make it rigid. It's got two pawls. I mean, if you think about it, the rigidity of it with two of them stacked on top of each other, just the durability factor is great. And then you get those extra teeth stacked on top of each other like that, and it seems to grab great. I'm just hearing click, 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 click. I don't know if you can hear that on camera, but that 120 tooth design on a 1/4 inch wrench is something that I needed. And now, when I get in that tight spot, and I just don't have a lot of room, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be working. This will now accomplish the task. So that is my quick review of the 81054 Gearwrench 1/4 inch ratchet that has the flex head, the locking flex head. Just a lovely ratchet that I believe is, well, I'm going to tell you, I've had tools all my life, and I've worked on cars all my life, and this is by far the best 1/4 inch ratchet I've ever had. And for 30 some bucks, I have no regrets. The 1/4 inch ratchet problem is now resolved with the Gearwrench 81054. Hey, do I sound like a radio announcer? With the Gearwrench 81054, all of your problems will be resolved. Well, maybe not all of your problems, but at least the problem of, hey, I can't get this freaking nut off, man. If you're looking for a new 1/4 inch ratchet, I think you'll like this one as well. I might be wrong. You might hate it. You might hate it so much that you're going to send it to me in the mail. If so, let me know, because I would love to have another one. Peace. Have a good day, all.